Well, good evening, everyone. Meteorologist Michael Wilhite here with Southern Indiana weather. It is 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time, 5:30 Central Time. It is February the 17th, 2014. And here is your quick cast video for today. And as you can see, the rain has moved out of the region finally. We had a little gully washer here in the south part of the state, the north part of the state affecting with some freezing rain and some pretty nasty weather. But other than that, for us, not bad at all. Temperatures made it up to at least near the 40 mark. It actually made it up to about 43 in Evansville and then upper 30s here in Huntingburg. So not quite as warm as we would have liked to have seen today, but certainly enough to keep any problems away. And it was nice to see some of that nastiness be washed away, wasn't it? Today's QuickCast video update being sponsored by High Voltage Mobile DJ Service. You can give Nathan a call, 630-9465, or visit him on the web, djhighvoltage.com. All right. We have a potential mess headed our way for Thursday that we want to talk about, and that's the main thing. Really, if we go to the 7-day outlook and we just take a look at it real quick, you can see beautiful weather really for the next couple of days with temperatures in the low 50s. Now, that's going to be nice. That's boring weather. That's great weather, but it is kind of boring. The main event is going to come on Thursday when we are underneath of a slight risk for severe weather and we warm up to near the 60s. You can see here that everything outlined in red, the Storm Prediction Center has outlined for a slight risk for severe weather on Thursday, and then those chances roll to the east on Friday. All right. Let's go ahead and just briefly touch on what it's going to be. I want to show you future radar, and you'll get an idea of what we're dealing with here. For a longer, more in-depth analysis of this, you can watch our longer range video, which I'll cover more of these things in detail. But I want to give you just sort of the basics of what you need to know with timing-wise for this, all right? So here we are. There's that rain that moved out today. We come through a couple of pretty clear days overall. And then by the time we get into Wednesday evening and into the Thursday overnight hours, you start to see some rain move into our picture again. Here we are at about 1 a.m. on Thursday morning, Wednesday night. You see some heavy rain rolling through, skirting towards the north of us. By 7 a.m. on Thursday morning, you start to see some rain developing and starting to push our way. Then you start to see later that afternoon what looks like it could be a band of thunderstorms lining up. And by the time you get to, well, here we are at 1, here we are at 5, you start to see a band of thunderstorms. Doesn't look overly impressive yet, but starting to line up out towards the St. Louis area. And then it starts to overtake our area by 7 p.m. And then as I move to the next frame, we've got this in 3-hour frames, but as I move to the next frame between 7 p.m. and 10 p.m. Take a look at this. If I can get it to the right thing. Here's 7. Here's 10. Notice how quickly this line blows up over us. And you can see very quickly it goes to some very heavy rains. So that's the threat that we're going to be dealing with. The line may end up going severe over us. That might be a good thing, because if the line does end up going severe over us, it may end up moving past us before it goes severe, rather than if it develops and goes severe out in Illinois and then moves our way, then you've got a really good shot at severe weather. At least with this setup, you've got a shot of, hey, some of us might miss out on it. So we'll have to monitor that and see whether that's a trend, but that's certainly one of the things that we've got out there. Temperature-wise, we're looking at warm temperatures. The models the different models are all over the place, but everybody's in pretty much agreement of near 60. The GFS model is the coolest and has us near the 60-degree mark to about upper 50s over southern parts of the state here. And then if you go into the Canadian model, well, the Canadian model just really pushes the Serbs in there. Look at the Euro model, just takes it almost to 70 just south of the Ohio River. Wow, it's really impressive. The NAM also on that same fashion warms us up to maybe the upper 50s in our northern tier of counties, but most everybody is 60 or above. So the reality is this time of the year, folks, you don't get temperatures 60 degrees when our temperature average high should be about 47, 48, right around in there. You don't get 60s for a high temperature without paying a price, and unfortunately that price looks like it could be the slight risk for severe weather after that. So enjoy this week while you can. Again, we've got sunshine the next couple of days. You can go to southernindianaweather.com. Click over here on 7-day forecast and you can get to the latest details. 52 for a high tomorrow, mostly sunny and warmer, partly cloudy and warm. 52 again on Wednesday. And hey, not bad for the lows. We upper 30s and then go down to to 40 degrees for a low. We'll take that this time of the year. 63 is what I'm forecasting on Thursday with some pretty strong thunderstorms. You can see the winds out of the southwest 10 to 20 miles per hour. By the time you go shortly, just 3 or 4,000 feet up in the atmosphere, the winds are going to be roaring. So there's plenty of wind energy to work with for that. Hence that slight risk for severe weather. And again, it does look like more of a linear type of segment as you saw on future radar. So the primary threats with this, I think, would be damaging straight line winds, possibly some hail in there as well, but tornadoes would be the lesser threat with this. Can't rule them out, but generally when you get a linear fashion like that, the tornado threat does become less. Then not bad for the weekend, 50 and on sunny pretty much on Friday, 48 with a slight chance of showers on Saturday. Not a big event. Cool down comes again on Sunday, and then Monday, yeah, look at that. Snowflakes in there again. We just can't get rid of it, can we? Rain snow mix again next Sunday. And don't shoot the messenger, but if you want to take a look at the next week's temperature outlook from the Climate Prediction Center, it's predicting us to go well below normal again next week. Keep in mind our normal is about, as I said, 47, 48, so below normal highs with this will probably take us down to the 30s again, but that's going to stink after being in the 50s this week. But hey, enjoy it while you can, especially the next couple of days. We'll have more of these videos to keep you updated, all right? If you want the longer version, well, I'll discuss more of those in-depth severe weather parameters and go over multiple models, then go to the long-range outlook, and you'll be able to see it there. All right? For Southern Indiana weather, I'm meteorologist Michael Wilhite. Have a great night, folks.